Sorry about that. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick, but I was sick before the show, so it wasn't the show's fault. Anyway, Every Time I Die. So I saved for the last few songs, and then because they were running a half hour late, I wasn't going to get food until after the next band that I wanted to play was going to play. But now my timing was a little bit off because now the band after that, instead of having an hour in between their set, I was only going to have a half hour. So I went to go look for food, and all I wanted was a hot dog. Super simple request. The stand was burgers, hot dogs. I'm thinking, you already have everything pre-made. You just slap it on a bun and you get it to go. Well, my family is like notorious for picking the longest, slowest line, but wow, it was long and slow, and it was so frustrating because it was just a matter of being organized. Like, if whoever was running it was a little bit more organized, it could have been the fastest moving line, but it was really frustrating in that it wasn't. So anyway, while I was waiting in line, there was a stage, one of the satellite stages, and a band called State to State started playing, and after their first song I didn't really like, and I was just like, alright, well, whatever, it's just a band, and I get to listen to music, and it's not that terrible, so I'm lucky. But after that, man, after the second to the end of their set was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed them. Definitely gonna have to check them out. They were fantastic. They were really, really good. I really liked their lyrics and their melodies and their rhythm, so yeah, I'm really excited to check them out. Anyway, then once they ended, I was getting really frustrated because at this point I had been in line for a half hour. Census fail was going on in 10 minutes. And I was still very far away from the actual food part, but I was hungry, and I knew that if I had left the line, now instead of, again, having an hour in between sets because that one stage was late, I was only going to have a half hour again. And I'd already been in line for a half hour, and I still didn't get food. So I decided to miss Census fail. And I was really upset because I really wanted to see them. And they've come to Maryland in the past, and I missed them a couple times, and I just feel like I'm going to miss my opportunity if I don't go see them soon. And this would have been a good opportunity because I don't know a ton of Census Fail, but I do know some stuff, and because they only play 6 songs, I probably would have gotten to hear the songs that I know. So I was really disappointed, and I was really upset. I actually turned to the people behind me at one point and kind of just vented to them, and I think they thought I was like just being like funny because I was trying to keep a smile on my face, but I was not funny. I was really not in a good mood at that point. So then on that same satellite stage that was there, another band started playing, Tatiana, DeMaria. And man, let me tell you, I really tried to have an open mind and not be distracted by how angry I was and how hungry I was. But she's a female singer, and it wasn't great. I did like the first song. It was good. It was like a crowd getter, crowd pleaser. It definitely was like a little bit poppy and a little bit catchy. And she had a British accent, which was cool. But after the first song, part of me tuned her out too because I just was hungry and focused on food, but really when I was paying attention to her, I was not a huge fan. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't check her out. I, again, just listened to her one time on an empty stomach in the hot sun when I was missing Census Fail. So, don't take that as like a hard, solid, definite critique. It's more of just like, this is what I was feeling at the time. Anyway, got my food, ate my food, felt a little bit better, was still a little bit mad, but the next band that I was going to see was The Used, so that was pretty awesome. He came out with like smoke bombs, I guess, like a orange and purple smoke bomb, so that was kind of cool. It was definitely a unique start, but that's like totally The Used. And he's always like super entertaining. They played a couple songs I didn't really know, so I was a little bit bummed. I mean, the crowd knew them. I just maybe specifically didn't know those songs that everyone else knows, and maybe I should know them if I'm claiming to be a Used fan. So that was like a little disappointing. You really gonna play 6 songs, like play the ones that everybody knows, maybe? I don't know. But they were fantastic. I love these, and saw them recently, like 2 years ago. It's like 2 nights in a row playing the entire album. So like I forever love The Used. And then it was awesome because like, okay, now we're gonna play the best song ever. And he teased Smells Like Teen Spirit, like the guitar riff, and I was like, oh, like okay, that's cool. But then they went into Box Full of Sharp Objects, which was awesome. So that was pretty sweet. And then at the end, like after their song, they went into actually starting to sing Smells Like Teen Spirit. So that was cool. They like ended up doing a bit of a cover. Next, like, so this is the dueling stages again, so it's back to the dueling stages. So now it's Unwritten Law. Man, let me tell you, they were just a classic old school rock. Like, it was just so great. And it was funny because obviously, you know, Seeing Red's gonna come, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this song. And I'm thinking it's gonna be played last because I'm thinking it's the biggest hit. So they play Seeing Red fourth. And I was like, what are they possibly gonna play? Why did they play their biggest hit? But then the next two songs I totally knew and like loved, and I was so excited. Oh, the song after Seeing Red, and I don't know what it's called. I want to say it's like Save Me, maybe, like Save Me Too? I don't know. No, that's not their song. Gosh, no, that's not their song, but it has something to do with saving me, and it was so good, and it was such a blast from the past, and the whole crowd was just like dopely excited because we were just like, oh my god, this is so great, like this is such a like huge thing, like we love this song. So they actually were really good. So the last three songs were really fantastic, but Seeing Red was definitely my favorite because I love that song. It was really good. Alright, so then I went to another satellite stage again, because I really wanted to see As It Is, but I had a lot of time in between, so I actually got to see the band right before them, Grayscale. I was really impressed with them. I was really, really glad that I got to see them. They had a really solid set. Their first song caught me right from the beginning. I actually was sitting down and then I stood up because I actually really wanted to enjoy it as a fan instead of just a bystander. So yeah, definitely gonna check out some more Grayscale. They were really good. I liked a lot of their lyrics, and the guy was super excited and trying to pump up the crowd, and he did a really nice job. It was a really good set. As It Is, I really wanted to see them, and they were so energetic, and the lead singer is so stinking cute, and he's just like so emo. Oh god, it was so good. The crowd was really small, but they were really hyped, and he did a really nice job. It was definitely one of my favorite sets of the day. They did so good. From start to finish, I enjoyed it. Never looked at my watch. Never was like, oh, okay, like, and that's 3 songs. I wasn't even counting songs. They were so good. Oh, and then the last song, they had dual singers, right, which I love. They're both singing at the same time, or one sings and then the other sings right after. Oh, so good. So I really enjoyed that, too. And then I went to go see the next band that I wanted to see, but I ended up getting there early, so I heard the last 3 songs from Knuckle. They sounded good. They had dual singers, so I really liked that. I wasn't actually like looking at them, but I did hear the last 3 songs, and I'm sure that I would like Knuckle as a band in general, so I'll definitely have to check more of their music out and maybe actually see a full set of theirs. Alright, so then the big 3. All Time Low played, and they were awesome. They had a huge crowd. They were playing crowd pleaser songs. I knew almost everyone. It was fantastic, and they were just like super excited, and it was exciting. So yeah, they were really, really good. I liked them a lot. And then, right after them, now we're on dueling stages again, so it was just back and forth, back and forth. A lot of people left after All Time Low, which kind of surprised me, because I feel like All Time Low and the next 2 bands are, like, super similar, so it's like, why wouldn't you just stay? I don't know. Anyway, Mayday Parade was next, and their sound was really good. They definitely played the crowd pleasers at the beginning. I knew the first one and the last one, but, oh, and then they played a song off their new album, which I really, really liked, so I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. And then they also played Blink-182. They were like, well, so because it was the last Warped Tour, we were really hoping Blink-182 would be here, but they're not. So we're gonna play this instead. And they played Girl at the Rock Show, which I don't know if you know this, but there's a lyric about Warped Tour, so that was pretty sweet. I thought I would know more Mayday Parade, but maybe I just don't. So I thought I was going to know more of their songs, but I didn't. But that doesn't mean they still weren't good. I had a really good time. The crowd was really excited about them. They were good. They were good. And then the closer, which I can't believe they closed. Like, I didn't think this band was that big, I guess. I don't know. I'm super pumped that they closed, though, because that was the band that I knew the most from and had the most fun at. Other than maybe As It Is. They were a good band today. But the Maine was the band that closed this concert. And man, they opened with such a good song. And they were like, look, we know you're tired, but like, you gotta like wake up for us. So that was like kind of fun just to like be in that moment of just like, yeah, we are tired of the sunburn. And he's like, come on, let's just do this. So it was great. He was so good. And he's always been a crowd pleaser though. And I knew that going in. I've seen them multiple times. again. So like I was so excited and I knew it was going to be awesome, and it was awesome. He also kept telling us to get us pumped, I guess, to do it for Gwen Stefani. If we weren't going to do it for anyone, do it for Gwen Stefani. So I guess I rocked out for Gwen Stefani. I don't know. But yeah, it was awesome. He did such a good job, and he played my favorite song, How Do You Feel? So that was so great, and I was like so excited. Oh God, I love that song. It was really good. And again, I'm just maybe a little bit biased because I love that song. But also super cute. Right between songs, he invites this girl up on stage, and she's like, I think this girl's in the crowd somewhere. Can you come to the stage? So they pull her on stage, and she proposed, which was super cute. Like, just the fact that they're willing to do stuff like that, like if a fan contacted you and say, look, we love the Maine and I want to propose, can we do that? And he's like totally willing to do that. I mean, that's what I love about bands, when they actually like can make it possible to interact with their fans in such a personal way. So yeah, I like really loved that set. I thought it was really good. I mean, I was exhausted. I'm tired. I'm a little bit sick. I'm ready to go home. But the fact that the Maine closed and was so good, oh, it was excellent. It was really good. Anyway, after all said and done, I really was struggling for a while to think about my rating. Because if you had asked me at the beginning, before I went to go see Every Time I Die, I would have given it a solid 9. But then if you had asked me an hour after I went to go see Every Time I Die, when I was still in line waiting for food and hungry, I would have given it like a 2. But then if you had asked me after I saw the Used and everyone else, I would have given it a higher score. So I think I'm going to have to kind of go somewhere in the middle, and I'm giving this one a 7.5. Just because the things that were great were really great, but the things that were not great really weren't great. And I know that I'm like complaining a lot about like that one specific thing, but really Missing Senses failed for a stupid reason. It's annoying enough to knock my points down a little bit. So 7.5 is where I'm sticking. Yeah. So if you were, there at Warped Tour in San Diego, please let me know, because that would be super cool. And even if you're not, even if you're planning to go to San Diego, if you're planning to go to Warped Tour at some point or not at all, let me know what you think. If you've seen any of the bands, if you have any input, if you think I should have saw a different band, or tell me how Senses Fail was. Please leave comments, like, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, keep checking me out. I will be back on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, so awesome. Bye. See you next time.